The movie begins with Brent behind the wheel of a car, accompanied by his father. During their car ride, Brent and his father engage in a conversation. Suddenly, a boy covered in blood runs in front of their car, causing them to crash into a tree and ultimately save his life. However, this accident results in the untimely death of Brent's father. 6 months later, Brent is shown to be struggling with depression and coping with the loss of his father. As a result, he turns to drugs and blames himself for his father's death. Brent's coping mechanism involves carrying a razor blade on a necklace, using it to make cuts on his hand as a form of punishment. At college, a girl named Lola Stone invites Brent to the prom dance. However, Brent declines the invitation as he already has plans with his friend Holly. After dropping Brent off, Holly exits the car, leaving Brent to share the news of Lola's invitation. Brent informs Holly that Lola Stone had invited him to the prom dance. Coming into house, Brent's mother asks him that how will he go to promenade dance? He responds on it, "I will go by Holly's car." His mother forbids it, suggesting to take a hired car. According to her, a train driver is more expert in driving. Because his mother was in depression taking Brent's father's death, he also thinks that Brent himself is the responsible of his father's death. Brent was forced to obey all restraints imposed by his mother. He is now forbidding the use of a car. Hearing it, Brent leaves that place. Taking his dog, he goes to Heist Deep Rock for suicide, but he does not commit. He stops himself and he begins to listen music sitting there. After a while, he receives his mother's call. He is nearly to pick up the call but caught and made senseless by someone at the backside. The driver puts him in a pickup truck and takes him away. Meanwhile, Brent's mother arrives at the tall, steep rock, because she knows that he will have come here. But she does not search him even after a hard effort. On the other side, Holly also reaches there to go promenade dance. After getting ready, she just knocks at the door of Brent's house. Suddenly Brent's mother arrives there. She immediately asks, "Where is Brent?" But Holly is also unaware about him. Then his mother calls Paul, who is their neighbor and also police officer. She tells about the Brent who is missing, but he does not take it serious, because Brent was habitual of doing so. He takes it serious when she tells that their dog has also been attacked by someone. Their dog had been beaten violently by someone. Holly is taking it to hospital but it has died on the way. Then we notice the same pickup truck again in which Brent was taken after kidnapping. There is a dead animal on the road. That truck driver picks it up. Then that truck is stopped in a house and we notice Lola Stone and her father are inside it. And they were the captor of Brent. Lola Stone is in her room and her father Eric brings dress for her. She begins putting on her dress in front of her father, who is constantly staring at her. Coming into senses, Brent finds himself seated on a chair in a nice dress. Both father and daughter are seated in front of Brent. There was also another lady named Brett Eyes whose forehead had a strange mark. Brent tries to flee from there but he was tied tightly. They had adored their house-like promenade dance place. They were also planning their own dance party. She kidnapped Brent after he turned her down for the promenade dance. She then infuses a packed peroxide needle into Brent's vocal cords. As a result, his vocal cords have indeed been harmed, and he can no matter how long shriek. Eric takes the photos of both, and he again takes photo of them with Brett Eyes. Lola Stone is not comfortable with Brett Eyes. Now they are all dining except Brett Eyes, and Lola Stone tries to put the food into her mouth forcefully. It means she is not the mother of her. Because Lola Stone misbehaves with her, Brett Eyes is also their captive. After Brett Eyes, she moves to Brent and tries to feed him chicken forcefully, but Brent keeps his mouth shut. Then she speaks a statement of KFC as its finger licking good, but Brent doesn't respond on her single word. Then Eric brings a hammer, as Lola Stone questions while Eric beats the hammer on the table forcefully, so Brent has to respond in compulsion. He responds nodding. As he nods, then she asks him to lick her finger. Brent has to lick her finger because her father is seated in front of him taking a hammer. Then Brent needs to go lavatory, but she asks her to use glass emptying it. He does not do as such because he did not need it. He was searching a way for escaping. Bringing hammer near him, Eric tells Brent that I have killed your dog with hammer nail. Then Eric brings a nail and threatens to nail him if he does not urinate within 10 seconds. Then both father and daughter start counting in reverse. Consequently, Brent has to urinate. In return, Brent kicks Lola Stone, who is fallen backward. He tries to escape from there, releasing himself. While running outside, he hides himself under their pickup truck. Eric pursues him and starts his pickup truck sitting there. He notices Brent while driving his pickup truck backward. Then he drives his pickup truck after him hysterically. Immediately, Brent climbs up a tree and that pickup truck is crashed with that tree. At the same time, that girl is also arrived there and both start throwing stones on Brent. Suddenly, Brent loses his senses, falling downside as a stone is hit on his head. Picking him up, they take him inside. They pierce the knives into his feet, adjusting him on the chair, so that he may not escape. And Paul, who is looking for Brent at the high steep rock. He does not find Brent but phone cell and hands free. He hands over them Harley and his mother. Then Lola Stone shows Brent a scrapbook. It reveals that she has been doing as such, and it is not the first time. Captivation has been in the root of their past. His insane father brings boys for her after kidnapping. At first, she enjoys with them and kills afterward. It was obvious even in case of going to promenade dance. Brent had to face the same consequences. Then, pointing in her scrapbook, she tells about a boy named Timmy Valentine who had escaped from there. He was the same boy who had come before Brent's car. As a result, his father was died. Then he thinks that boy was not the cause of his father's death but these insane father and daughter. And Timmy Valentine is the son of police officer Paul Valentine. The victim of this year was Brent in their scrapbook. One photo was there while other photo was still left. They need to capture Brent's image. As she etches into his body, her father expresses his approval. She carves a heart on his body, writing L and S in it. And she has been doing it since her childhood, as carving a same heart on everyone's body. She used to write L and S. It means Lola Stone. After carving, they pour the salt on his wounds, and Brent's agony intensifies. Then he names the name of Queen in the promenade dance. Then Lola Stone is selected as a queen among all girls. They want to celebrate the party, so whistle toy is blown forcefully by Brent. Then Queen is crowned of the year. Eric again takes their photo. Now it is the time of dancing. Knives were pierced in the feet of Brent, and her father was pouring the small bit of colored papers. But she does not feel good with Brent, so she starts dancing with her father. She comes to know that her father is her real prince. Then they cut that animal which was picked up by them on the way. Opening a sliding door, they pour water there. Different sounds were being heard from the inside of door. Eric takes out a drill machine from the tool case, bringing it. He gives it to his daughter. She drills a hole in the head of Brent. This was the same mark as was observed on Brent's forehead. She drills a big hole to his skull. Now they want to do one more thing, bringing the boiling water. She will pour it on the head of Brent. Consequently, his brain will be pulped, leaving him lifeless. He will become like Brett Eyes and be thrown into basement. There are many people like him. They move ahead to pour the boiled water, but his head hole seems small to them. Then Eric is drilling his head hole to expand, but is attacked by Brent with a razor blade, which Brent was using to open his strings. Taking out the knives from his feet, he kills Eric. He throws him into basement. Many people start eating him coming there. He is observing it all, but Lola Stone also throws him there, arriving there. After that, she notices her dead father acting madly. Then she shuts the door, noticing a torchlight as Brent turns it on. He is attacked by everyone, but he puts everyone into death. There is also the heap of bones there. Then Lola Stone also kills Brett Ice. On the other side, Holly reminds the said words of Brent that Lola Stone had asked him to come and promenade dance. She informs to Paul, who immediately departs to Lola Stone's house. Reaching at Lola Stone's house, Paul peeps through the door of her house and notices a lot of spread blood there. Breaking the door, he enters inside. Brent also feels the arrival of someone there. He makes a noise, so Paul gets awareness that he is hidden there. He searches him, opening the door. At the same time, Lola Stone attacks on him with a tool, throwing him down. Taking the pistol of Paul, Brent starts firing on her, but all bullets are wasted because she takes a side. Then she tells Brent she is going to his house to kill his mother as she had killed his father. Afterward, she will also finish Holly. Saying it, she walks on foot and leaves because she does not know how to drive. Brent thinks, what should he do? He hits upon a plan, and making a support of dead bodies, he became successful to come outside. Holly is also leaving to Lola Stone's house, and they both confront each other on the way. Lola Stone, seeing Holly, throws her scrapbook on his car, causing Holly to immediately apply the brakes. She enters the car and assaults Holly, who tries to flee. Brent also arrives at the area, driving Paul's car at full speed. He tries to put a stop to her. Holly appears in front of him unexpectedly, but Brent saves her. While Lola Stone is hit at the backside of car, Holly comes into the car and frightens, seeing the condition of Brent. They notice Lola Stone at the backside, who continues to crawl towards them in spite of the breakage of her bones. Subsequently, Brent reverses his car at high speed, resulting in the death of Lola Stone. Brent returns to her mother in his house, and movie also ends here.